Hello. Welcome everyone back to 7th Underwater Hockey World Championships age groups. Today it is day 3. We are at 11:15 and we will shortly be beginning the next game in the GB calendar. And I guess the Turkish one too, as my Turkish co-commentator joins me. This is the Under-19 Women Turkey versus Great Britain. The Under-19 Turkish women's team game yesterday resulted in their coach being totally dismissed from the game. So we'll see how today goes.
Az önceki 24 kadınlar maçındaki galibiyetimizden sonra şimdi aynı karşılaşmayı bir de U19 kategorisinde yaşıyor olacağız. İki takım da oldukça ciddi görünüyor. Şu anki duruma bakılacak olursa herhangi bir başlarında koç hazır bekliyor. İngilizler çok patlamak için çok hazır bekliyorlar. Çok çetin bir çıkış olacak gibi görünüyor bu. İlk ataktan başlayacak her şey. Önceki maçlarında insan kaybettikçe ya da geriye düştükçe daha çok güçlenen Türkler şimdi onlar kendileriyle dövüşebilecek güçlü olan İngilizlere karşı gelecekler. Bakalım nasıl bir maç çıkacak.
So let me check who is refereeing this game before we get started. Every single time I do this, I open photos. That is not where this is kept. Shout out Deca Onken, happy birthday. King of the hockey coding thingies. He's got a great website if you want to check it out. Has some cool bits on it. So in the water we have, this is Court B. So Q5 we have Jack from South Africa. In the water we have Felipe from Colombia, Melissa from Argentina and Benji from Australia. And let's get up the team list here. Under-19 girls coming off of a good win against the South Africans yesterday. They won that game 8-0. It's their second game of the day. They looked absolutely thrilled after it. They then were hopping up in the stands to watch the Under-19 boys. I can't remember the score in that game. I mean, I commentated it. I think it was an hour loss.
The last match?
Yeah.
It was 2-1 with, yes, Turkey winning.
Yeah, 2-1, Turkey winning. But the girls look like they're having a grand old time sat in the stands. So hopefully they're coming into today well energized, excited, ready to go against what have been looking like a very strong Turkey team. I have actually got the standings.
İngilizler Güney Afrika maçlarına karşı olan galibiyetlerinden sonra oldukça enerjikler.
Nice win for the Turkish strike there, but knocked straight into it by a QB player.
Duvara alınmaya çalıştı. Türkler iyi bir saldırıyla duvar aldılar.
Strong drive there, but QB taking it right to the wall and their subspin to try and hold up that.
Kanatlar iyi dövüşüyor.
So current standings in this division. Turkey are on 7 points, GB are on 3 points, but there are 2 teams on 7 points and 2 teams on 3. So not a huge difference in the rankings there. Colombia is standing strong at 12 and New Zealand on 9. So this is only day 3 of 5 days of round robin, so lots still to change. Taking that free puck there, heading straight to the wall. Nice little dummy inside from Sophie there, I think.
Türkler duvarda daha iyi dövüyor gibi görünüyor.
Followed ortayı sıkı kapatıyor. Those two lovely pass out to centre. Not quite swam fast enough, but some ground made up the wall there as well. Support coming in quickly, much better than those under-19 boys earlier. It's very nice. Not sure what's happening there. Looks like a bit of a lag from the camera. I don't think they're actually moving that
Çok
slowly.
güzel bir pas.
Picked up by the Turkish player. Nice little tackle off by Sophia.
Eyşan'a çok güzel bir pas geldi.
And again,
Eyşan
extra.
dövüşlü vurdu. Begüm'den çok güzel destek ve duvardan devam
That
ediyoruz
is
böyle.
a call we can hear there.
Sanırım
So, see, that is against the Turks for stick infringement number 12.
yine bilekle pak kestiğimiz için bir faul var ve İngilizler kullanıyor olacak.
GB don't seem to have clocked that there is a buzzer.
İngilizler
It
duymadı.
is, like I said, as I said, it's very, very loud. Well, it looks like the Turks have just received a warning for subbing as well.
Takımımız az önce değişim hatasından oyuncu kaybetti. 5 kişiye
I think they'd sent someone out, but
sanırım
just it was a warning. She's hot back in now.
hakemler arası bir anlaşmazlıktan sonra
So GB taking that free puck,
Geri
swimming straight forward with a lovely little
geldi.
dummy and picked up by a Turk player, but back in by GB now. Lovely punch there from Isla.
Why does it say there's a punishment here? There's no one in the sim bin right now.
No, she was briefly sent out as a subbing foul, but they turned it just back to a warning,
Alright.
and they you can't remove it from the screen once it's on there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's 6 Turkish players in the water. No one actually sent out. GB right up in the Turkish corner here.
Güzel bir baskı.
Number 8
Ayşe'den güzel bir
trying not to
baskı.
glove it. Turkey with a strong drive out, but now collected by GB and
İyi bir
passed back up to
rotasyonla
there.
ortaya açılmaya
Girls
çalıştık.
finding each other really nicely here, which is really lovely.
Ucundan
Lots of Turkish
kurtardık.
players down there.
Firdevs'ini duvarda dövüyor. Ayşe de desteğinde.
Isla turning lovely
Begüm
there
ortayı
again, finding
kapattı
another
ve geri
GB
duvara
player.
koydu.
Unluckily caught by a Turkish one, but gloved right down the wall.
Duvardan gitmek
Nice
istiyoruz
to turn our
belli.
stick over this time.
Gücümüze güveniyoruz, Firdevs'e güveniyoruz. Çok iyi bir atak çıkıyor şu an.
Team Australia. So you had a really intense game against France just now. They came in this World Championship they came second at the last World Championship. So you knew it was going to be a hard team. So what was the feeling going in and outside of the water?
So I started out this game, but they played amazing. We knew that they were fast and they knew they'd been training very well. And we knew they were going to be a competition. We had an idea that we weren't going to win, but we were so happy with how we played and we just focused on doing our part and making sure we're there for everyone else.
So you told me that you knew the girls were fast in the water and you know it's a strong team and they were doing good. Since the start of the competition, they've been going good. So have you made some adjustments on your strategy depending on the fact that they were swimming fast?
So yeah, we definitely took that into consideration. We made sure that we just stood our ground and they would swim in packs, and we made sure that we had our coverage, so we covered each other, so there wouldn't be just a free space for them to swim in.
So we'll see you later. You have many more games to play. What is the focus now?
Our focus is just to focus on what we can fix, what we can control, and know how we'll look at the games that we've played, and then we will adjust how they play, what their tactics are, so when we verse them again, we have an idea what we can do better.
Thank you, Jasmine. We wish you good luck for the rest of the competition. Thank you. See you later.
Jasmine seems like a really sweet girl. Again, I really like that interview. I think she has a good questions. A couple of stoppages in play while that was ongoing. Their play sort of milling around on the wall in between the two subs bin, and we now have a free puck against QB again.
Türklerin temiz bir başlangıç ama yeterince aşmadıkları için
doing a really good job of chasing
duvara
down the
kapandı.
Turkish free pucks here. They've pretty much always had someone hitting the player who is taking the puck initially.
Ama
Which is
Eslem
good to see.
sert girdi ve duvara kapattı.
I hope Funky
puck'ı.
Drunks are sponsoring this tournament, getting some good advertising there. Right down the GB back wall, and it looks like Turkey managed to push that in there. I'm not sure.
A good save.
I can hear a call
ucuz
happening.
kurtardı. Ama bir karar daha var.
Doesn't look like a goal has been awarded. So we have a free puck for Turkey right on the GB tin. So GB Ages will be looking to
Kural
take
dışı,
this out
kural dışı pak kesmeden.
from the 5 and 2. So
faul
a bit of an
kullanıyor
awkward
olacak.
angle for the Turks to take.
Yine çok açığa gitmedik. Yine aynı hatayı tekrarladık ama bu sefer yan tarafta
Lots of
çok daha iyi
bodies down
basmaya
there. Can
çıkmalarına
see
izin
Turkish
vermedik.
shoveling and shoveling, trying to get it in. We've got
Eşan
another call.
çok iyi yerde bekliyordu. Çok kötü zamanda
We're having
çıktı
a
ama bir
ref's
karar daha
timeout.
var.
What would be nice is a penalty that we save. That would be fun. You can see the Turkish coach calling for a penalty, but I
İngilizler
only want one if
sanırım
we save it.
İngilizler korna yine de duymadı
So I
sanırım.
hope the refs are taking that into account when they're making their decision. So refs are walking away now. We will be having a penalty for gloving from the GB team. So what happens here? We have one GB defender who can stay in. It looks from here like it's Isla. And we have two Turkish players. So everyone has to remain on the surface.
Penalty
When the buzzer
kullanıyor.
goes, everyone can go down.
Begüm
GB
ve
player
Ela
has to
kullanıyor
stay touching the
sanırım.
wall until the end.
Ve tertemiz bir
Oh,
gol.
and it's right in.
Tertemiz bir gol.
Nearly caught that and would have been a lovely drive. Those penalties are pretty much not supposed to be saved. They uncommonly saved. Isla can see her shaking her head there. Looks like she felt she could have been able to save it. Is that Isla? Yeah, number 3, definitely Isla. But the Turks were fast. It was a good flick. They were following it up as well. I don't think she shouldn't feel guilty for that in any way, shape or form.
İngilizlerin morali bundan sonra bozulmuştur. Az önce oyuncu penaltı kurtaramayan
7 minutes through that first half. Lots of good attempts, good sort of attacks for GB as well as for Turkey. So I hope the girls don't get their head down after that one. It was only a penalty after all. And they can come back fighting and get
İngilizlerden
going
güzel
again.
baskı ama defansı iyi yaptık. Ve bir
Got
karar
an
daha var.
illegal stoppage here against GB.
Yine kural dışı pak kesmeden biz kullanıyor olacağız faulü. Ve başladık. Diklemesine bir saldırı.
Nice little flick forward from the
İngilizler
Turk
duvara
there.
çekmeye çalıştı.
But they are
Güzel bir
well
geri flickte
tackled
hemen
out to the side
ortaya
by the
dönülebilirdi.
GB player.
Duvara çekmek çok da mantıklı
Lovely
olmadı
little
bu
sub from
durumda.
Darcy Allen as she followed over there. Well done.
Ve köşeye geri kapandık.
Turks making progress up the wall, but they have been shepherded over to the corner. Shepherded, not in the illegal sense. Careful
İngilizlerden
taken. Oh, lovely
bir
swim
atak.
from Isla. She's really been smashing it. Very
Eslem
impressive
ucuz
her.
kurtardı.
I mean, always. Like, I really rate her. But
İngilizlerden iyi bir back tackle
she's stood
ama
out so
almaya
far to me.
yetmedi.
Cameraman in the sub spin. At the right number 30, Jessica Herdman, making sure that she subbed no matter what the cost. Cameraman be damned. As she should. So we have a call against the Turks here. You can see the Turkish coach getting a bit irate.
Bile elle pak kesmeden dolayı Türklere karşı faul atılıyor olacak şimdi. İngilizlerin daha önceki oyunlarına bakılırsa açıktan yüzmek isteyebilirler.
GB all starting behind the puck, nice and wide. She had lots of options on that, but just swam and was picked up by a Turk. But lots of GB players in the middle trying to keep the momentum moving forward.
Çok iyi bir
Loose puck
drive
picked up by
Begüm'den.
Turkey.
Begüm çok iyi
Swimming
sürdü. Bu
into
gole
space
gidebilir.
here. GB
Ama
needs to
çok
get
ucuz
down.
yırttılar.
There we go. The pass to the other player intercepted by number 11 Sarah Pascoe. Of course, she's a long gal. Does not let breakaways go easily at all.
Eslem hazırda bekliyor. Eslem'e atılacak bir geniş pas şu an bize gol getirebilir. Çünkü duvarda oynadığımız sürece İngilizler avantajlı gibi görünüyor.
Pinned again under the GB subspin and taken over to the corner here. Lots of GB bodies down, lined up along there
Güzel kapamaya
and moved
çalışıyor
out again to
duvara.
the subspin, but we can hear a
Başarılı
buzzer
olan
going,
Türkler.
and that is a free puck for Turkey. You can see a ref pointing at someone in particular, but I don't think it's a warn or anything. I think just to be clear about who's fouling.
Ve Türkler yeniden daldı.
Turkey taking his free puck on the GB tin.
Bu sefer daha yatay giderek
Already
kalenin
like
önüne
it's
direkt
been pushed
geldiler.
out a bit. Lovely work by a GB girl there to clear
Ela'dan
it right from
güzel,
the corner of the tin.
Ela'dan güzel bir
Turkey
kesiş.
trying to shut it down and get down the back wall now. Oh,
Ve
looks
bir
like
gol
it might
müdür
be
o?
in the tin. There's a lot of people
O gol
there.
olabilir.
Can GB clear it, or is this one a goal? I can see a no goal waving.
Sanırım hakemler mola
Stick
alacak.
infringement for Turkey. Looks
Hayır.
like Yeah, so it's against Turkey. I don't think there's a send out for it, but that was no goal. So GB will have the chance to.
Kesmeden dolayı
And we have a
faul
referee
kullanıyor
timeout now.
İngiltere.
So a quick chat. Time for the girls to have some subs. Bit of a free moment of time to get some fresh bodies in the water. Very intense game so far. Both teams down in high numbers. I'm not surprised to see sticking fouls. It's difficult when there's so many of you so excited to touch the puck all at once. We've turned this round, so it's a Turkish free puck now.
Bizden kesme değil, onlardan
on the
engelleme
GB
olduğu
10.
söylendi. Bakalım yine açıktan oynayacak mıyız
Guys have been
oyunu?
doing great at absorbing this. So hopefully they can do this again. Looks like it's been turned around. It's heading off to that far wall.
İngilizler kaçmaya çalıştı.
Nice
Ucuz
work from that
yırttılar.
second forward there to kind of join as a double team. Nicely
İngilizleri
done.
köşeye sıkıştırdık. Daha geriye bir göbek altı
Lemon and Darcy
atılabilirdi.
Allen there, getting it to Isla.
Ama bir karar daha var.
Puck in safe hands between the lot of them there. And that's a free puck this for GB. So again, pressure well absorbed. They're really doing well here. Both teams really fighting very intensely. Just 4.5 minutes left in this first half. QB picking up the puck, taking it straight over to a wall, not doing any funny business around here now. Looks like making solid progress up the wall, lots of momentum. Can see movement all the way up into the Turkish third there. Wish we could see which player that was. They must have done a great job. Oh, just
Güzel bir
with a turned
saldırıydı.
round,
İngilizler bunu doğru tutamazsa ki çok başarılı.
caught by the GB back comfortably.
Güzel
and
tuttu
looks like
İngilizler.
he is
Ama
now
Türkler bırakmadı. Isırdı mı
guiding
bırakmıyorlar.
that Turkish player over to the wall. Players move back into the GB third, and there we have another call.
Türklerin oyunu sevdiği yer, duvarlara aldık oyunu.
Looks like that one is against GB. I
Türkler
think
kullanıyor
number
olacak tekrar.
3 is being sent out for 2 minutes. So Isla being sent out for 2 minutes there.
İngilizlerin 3 numarası
It was
cezaya
probably worth
çıktı.
it. I mean, no foul is worth it, and everyone should play the
Geniş
game
bir
perfectly
evet,
as it was
geniş bir
intended the whole
fauldü.
time.
Bence bir yatay
But
pas
GB down to
çok iyi
5
olabilirdi.
with a free puck on her tin. Lovely swim
Temiz
there
duvara
from
çektiler.
number
Boş
5,
olmadı
Sophie
bu.
Barnett. Cleared out confidently. Strong flick forward there, but risky when you're down to 5. It's likely that you don't have a forward above, but collected and caught up here. Sophie back
çok
down
güzel
again
baskı.
already to cause problems there. Flicked into the centre, but 2 GB girls picking it up. Not headed towards the wall, which is slightly
Tertemiz bir
concerning, and
atak.
swimming into space.
Ama İngilizler hızlı tepki verdi ve
GB
ucundan
again picking it
çevirdiler.
up and clearing it over to the corner. We do have a call. And that is in GB's favour.
İngilizler kullanıyor olacak bu sıradaki faulü.
So we have a team timeout for GB here.
İngilizler ara aldı bir yandan da.
2.5 minutes to go in this first half. We have Isla out for another minute and 10 seconds, so she will have about a minute to hop back in again when her time penalty is served. But in the meantime, we have Coach Aaron hopping in to give the girls some bit of a pep talk. I hope he's saying that they're doing great. They certainly are. Play sensibly, not concede in this time. Yeah, really impressive the way that the girls are handling themselves on the tin here. A lot of pressure from the Turks, lots of them down, but GB doing a really good job of clearing it out. You can see the discipline. They are focused on going right to the wall whenever they get possession of the puck, which is lovely to see. You can see Big B in the back there, Belinda Archer, assistant coach, behind the box. And we restart this free puck with restart this game with a free puck from GB.
Korner çok geç çalındı. Çok yoruldu iki tarafta.
Quite a bold one there, going straight
Buradaki
forward,
kişi
not to
sayısı
the
hızlı
wall.
azalacak.
But it's gone well. It was a lovely
İngilizler
flick.
şuradan çok iyi bir
Beautiful
duruş.
swim here. And pushed under and picked up again by another GB player. She's still going. Excellent momentum.
Çok
A
hoş bir
little
pas
bit
olmadı
slow on
ama
that support,
Begüm iyi
but
toparladı.
really great drive from the two of them.
Güzel bir takım oyunu.
Again, a kerfuffle in the middle of the pool.
Begüm
GB
ortaya çekmeye
players
çalıştı,
picking it up
olmadı.
nicely.
Eslem,
Big curl from Sophie, but picked up again by Freya,
Eslem ve Ayşe
who's heading
kapattı duvara
straight off
göre.
back into the middle. Nice. I guess Aaron said,
Ama
let's
Begüm,
score some goals, which we like.
Begüm ani bir strateji
Another
değişikliğiyle
call there. 2 minutes left in this
ortadan
first
oynadılar.
half. Half a minute left for Isla.
İlginç bir strateji değişimiyle Begüm
And this is a
ortadan oynamaya
call
karar
in
verdi.
GB's favour.
İngilizler
And
kullanıyor
we
olacak faali.
have, it looked like a timeout. Turkish team coach was trying to call a timeout, but he was a bit slow to the whole affair. So Isla just about to hop back in the water here as GB
İngilizler
faced
6 kişiye
a
geri
powerful
çıktı.
Turkey
Türklerin
slamming that down the
baskısı
wall.
durmuyor.
Lovely little move from Sophie there to get that pass. No forward to pick it up with 5 in the water still, but great swim there from
Çok iyi sürdü İngilizler. Çok
Brooks,
tehlikeli bir
number 4.
hareketti.
Really lovely progress. Again, slow on the support,
Ama
but she doesn't need any. She's off and going on herself again.
Gerisine
Really
baksaydı
nicely done. And
İngilizler
she's
çok
managed to get. She's still going. That was very impressive from B. Ali will be very proud of that one. Just picked up by a Turkish player going for a swim now, but Isla is back in the water and commanding that back line.
Evet.
Well picked up by her and
kötü pas
got to a
çok kötü
GB player.
cezalandırıldı ve
Nicely
momentum
curled, picked
kırıldı
up
yere.
again by the Turkish, but taken back.
Ela vuruyor, kırıyor. İzin vermiyor
A
geçmelerine.
free puck here and a nice chance for the girls to get a sub on.
Forvet'ten güzel bir back tackle.
And there is just 30 seconds remaining in this half, so the Turkish coach has managed to get his free puck, his free timeout, sorry. So we will take a 1-minute break before returning for the last 30 seconds of this first half.
Sadece 30 saniye kaldı. Türkler ara aldı kendilerine. Herhalde Begüm'ün stratejisinden gitmeyi düşünecekler çünkü sadece 30 saniye kaldı ve gol atmak istedikleri bariz, ulu ortada. Ama kimi zaman kötü paslar veriyoruz ve İngilizler bu konuda önceki maçlarda gördüğümüz gibi cezalandırmakta çok iyiler. Hatalarımız çok büyük şeylere mal olabiliyor kimi zaman. Bütün hatamızı
Just a quick tune in from Aaron there. Loads of work there, but not something. I do agree, loads of work being putting in, lots of bodies down. Maybe not quite near enough to them, but not sure. Looks like they're covering a lot. Tough to tell from that little snippet. So we start again with a GB free puck. Again, girls all behind the puck, driving forward. I think that's a real sort of skill of this under-19s team, is they are very determined. They're very powerful swimmers, a lot of them. It's just really nice to see. Momentum still going forward, slightly paused by a pile of Turkish players, but I can still see lots of GB down, facing forward with support. Just a loose puck there, picked up by a Turkish team. The drive continues though, picked up by Darcy, number 9, and we have a call here. I think I like the phrase picked up almost as much as Nicole likes dispossessed.
İlk devre
We
bitiyor
are
böyle.
into half time here. We'll take a 3-minute break.
Türkiye ilk devreyi önde bitiriyor. İki taraf da çok güçlü saldırıyor bu sefer. Biz duvarda oynamak istiyoruz. Onlar da duvardan vuruşabiliyor. Ama onlar ortadan da oynamayı çok sevdikleri, apaçık ortada. Boş paslar vermememiz lazım kesinlikle. Görerek oynarsak ve daha açarak oynarsak oyunu yenemeyeceğimiz bir maç değil. Dikkatli ve yayık oynamamız lazım. Çünkü İngilizler duvara dövüşebiliyor. Ve kale önüne geldiğimizde bu çok büyük bir sorun oluyor. Eğer biraz daha açık kutan oynasaydık, faulleri onların kalelerinin önünde biraz daha açık kullansaydık, hep alışılmışı yapmasaydık, hem İngilizler aynı saldırı yapacağımızı bekledikleri için gidip aynı şeyi yapıyorlar ve bizi durdurmayı başarıyorlar ve duvara gidiyor. Ve bu sayede bu stratejiyi ani bir şekilde değiştirerek de hemen kalenin önüne taşımış olurduk ve afallamış olurlardı.
So a minute and a half left in this half time before we turn back for the second half of this game. Under-19 women Turkey versus Great Britain. Just shout out to all the GB folks at home watching games either live or on replay. If you are watching on replay, hello from the past. I hope the future is treating you well. Thank you to everyone who's messaged to say that I'm doing a good job. I really appreciate it. It's really sweet, and I love when people send me things. I did receive a request yesterday to fit something in while live on air, and I did manage to get it in. So if you're looking for shout outs, I take requests. But yeah, it's speaking of people doing good jobs, I think the girls in the pool right now are kind of smashing it. Scoreline obviously 1-0, but they've had lots of chances on the Turkish tin, but also they have had lots of opportunities to concede that they have not conceded in. I think the defence has been really strong, very disciplined, as I said before, very focused on heading out to the wall. And when the girls get a drive on, it's looking very powerful. Three of them in a row down. Just need kind of someone in for the second phase. Maybe time to take some risks, throw some people at it, really push it forward to get some goals. I definitely believe there are some in this for GB, and I would love to see that. Trying to make out who is sat out there. Looks like either a 2, but it could be a 12. So that it's not Lily, so it must be Zoe Mealy. She was sent out a lot yesterday. And I couldn't see who the other one sat down was, but it started with a K, so maybe Caitlin Cook.
Türkler çok
That's
ciddi
the only K,
başladı.
so probably number 6 Caitlin Cook.
Çok sert başladık bu
Didn't
hata.
restart here with a strong strike from the Turks, but turned around by a GB player. And
Duvara
we're headed
gidiyorum
over
ya.
to our traditional spot on the wall. Call
This is-
here against GB, the number
Evet.
10,
10 numara
for a free arm.
İngiltere'nin 10 numarası
Grace
DSA ile çarptığı için faul kullanıyor olacağız.
So
Klasik.
again, Turkey driving at the GB tin, but lots of GB players down there. Well, space is well covered and it has been cleared out to that side wall again. And almost immediately turned around and headed up the opposition wall, which is lovely to see.
Duvara taşıdık oyunu. İki tarafta dövüşmeyi çok iyi biliyor. Bu biraz sıkıntı çıkarabilir bize çünkü oyunu
Got a call
aşmamakta
here.
inat ediyoruz.
Looks to be against GB for an illegal stoppage.
Kural dışı pak kesmeden dolayı yine faul kullanıyor olacağız. Bence artık daha da açığa oynamamız lazım bu oyunu.
Turkey again with the free puck on the GB tin. Well chased down by that forward there. I think she actually caught it. But when you catch out on those, you're not expecting to. It takes you by surprise quite a bit. And again, cleared out the wall, but we have another call here. Again against GB. This time for stick infringement.
Bilekle pak kesmeden dolayı İngilizler bir
Girls
kez daha
really
faul
fighting
oldu.
hard for this. It would be good to be a little bit cleaner. Don't want to give away another penalty here, but obviously they are working extremely hard to keep that puck out of the goal. Another good chase down, a bit of a slide along from the Turkish player. Looks like, again, it's been quite a kerfuffle, but looks like it's heading out in the direction of that corner. Coming down the back wall, you could see, I'm not sure who that was, but they went in strong to get that cleared out. Another call again against GB. Took slightly longer that time, but this is a gloving call. I thought they held up number 1, but it must have been 11, Sarah Pascoe. Sarah?
İngilizler bu sefer eldivenden dolayı Türkler kullanıyor olacak.
So
Bence
Turkey with another attempt. Interesting that they are not changing the style. It's the same thing every time.
bu sefer biraz daha açığa gitmeyi denedik. Biraz fark
GB
yarattı.
again
Umarım bu bir
picking that
uyanış
up
olur
and
da
heading.
daha da açıktan
Lots of
oynamaya
pressure there
başlarız
from the
oyuna.
Turks. I can see them pushing that forward into space, but it has gone outside again. And we have another call. You're probably going to start sending GB players out at this point, to be honest. Another gloving against GB.
İngilizler bir eldiven cezası daha yiyor. Bu gidişle yakında hakem İngilizleri cezaya çıkarmaya başlayacak olabilir. Umalım bu sefer strateji değiştiririz ve geniş alırız. Ama
So again, we see
aynı
that
şeyi
the
yapıyoruz.
Turkish wall, big flick there, quite bold, lots of heads in that little pile. Bit of an Alyssa move again.
Bu
Really
bir gol
pushing up
gelebilir.
on there, not difficult to see how close they are to the edge, but it looks like the pressure is going forward. Those girls are kicking hard. We have
Bir
another
karar
call.
Bu sefer hakemler mola istedi.
We have a ref's timeout.
Türkler artık kale önünde
So,
faul stratejilerini
Kind of a
değiştirmeleri
risky
lazım.
time for the GB girls there. They must be the 5th or 6th call in a row against them on that tin, so they've been putting in a lot of effort, but it would not be surprising if the refs made a stronger call here to discourage this.
Türklerin artık daha açıktan oynaması lazım oyunu. Duvarda iki tarafında neredeyse eşit derecede güçlü olduğu, yani apaçık ortada. Ve kaçtır aynı faul
We're
yapıyoruz.
calling for another penalty, so barging from the GB players resulting in another penalty.
Bir faul daha
So
atıyoruz.
again, there will be two Turkish players who have to start on the surface, an English defender who starts on the surface. When the buzzer goes, they can both go down. The defender cannot have their hand off of the wall until the Turkish players have touched the puck, at which point she can go and chase them down. A nice catch there. Oh my goodness.
Kurtarıyor
Ball
olabilirler.
still going. They have called that up as an illegal knockdown from her, and the goal has been awarded. So not quite a clean catch, but very well done. Really impressive from Isla on that one. It was pretty close. Again, as I said before, absolutely no shame in conceding a penalty. They are pretty much designed to result in a goal. Kind of inevitable with the amount of pressure from the Turks on that tin. GB girls conceding fouls there, but you know, doing a good job of absorbing the pressure for a very long period of time. Still 12 minutes left to go in this second half. Plenty of time from a goal from the girls. I really believe that they have got one in them here. Very close strike there. Shuffled out to a Turk on that right side,
Güzel bir başlangıç geliyor.
but
İngilizler
brought back in by GB again as well.
defansımız arasından geçmeyi başardı.
They're very evenly matched teams here. The fact that it's 2-0, but both of those were penalties,
Kızlar da iyi.
I think is a solid
Geçti.
sign. Obviously, Turks have spent more time up in the
Açığımız çok
GB
iyi.
third.
Açığımız çok iyi kesti ama güzel bir pas değildi o. Bence daha kontrollü bir sürüş yapıyor olması lazımdı. Ama duvara kapandı. Yine duvara yaklaşıyor oyun. Ama bence bu saatten sonra duvara kesinlikle kapanmamalı. Artık açıklara oynayıp biraz daha açıktan oynamamız lazım oyunu. Çünkü İngilizler taktiğimizi anladı. Biliyorlar ve bize yakın güçleri var. Kesinlikle bizim sol kanat ve sol gollerimize doğru pas atıyor olmamız lazım. Onlar da oyunu yönetmesi lazım.
Yeah, I mean, wide for a second there. Loose puck by the 10. I thought, no, they've let their heads drop, but they popped back along, got that cleared out to the corner again.
Turkey should start to change their strategy.
Oh, really? What do you...
Well, at least in terms of using their fouls while near your goal, I believe the British are starting to just do the same thing out of habitude rather than just looking and seeing where the puck goes, because they haven't changed it in a long while, and it's just expected.
Another free puck for Turkey on the GB tin here.
Bakalım strateji
Shame
değiştiriyor
to
olacak
concede that
mıyız?
one for grabbing the barrier.
Yine aynı strateji, yine dik girdik ve barajımızın arasında
played out
sızan
here,
iki kişi
looked like a
hızlı
bit
durdurdu
less.
hatamızı.
Crowding from the Turks that time, so easier to clear out without fouling. See B Brooks down there in the centre, number 4.
İngilizlerin iyi bir baskı
Exceptionally
geldi.
fit. She is. She got 31 on the beep test, the real one, not the rest one.
İyi bir baskı
A
Türklerden.
previous
İki
camp,
kişi
which
sandviç
is
yaptık
better
ve
than many of the
duvara
elite
geri
women.
alacağız
She's
bir günü. Çünkü
unbelievably
İngilizler
fit.
çok iyi
GB
bastırıyor.
with a strong push towards the goal there, and it's still
İyi bir
going.
pas İngilizlere.
Girls pushing
sıkıntılı
down, but
olabilir
that
bizim
Turkish
için.
player is very keen to be playing out to side. Still moving forward and still
İyi bir
on
gol
a GB
gelebilir.
stick. Can they get it towards the tin? Just a bit
Türklerin artık
further,
sudan çıkma
girls.
izni yok. Türkler artık sudan
Looks as if the
çıkmamalı.
Turks are clearing that down the back wall now. GB still trying.
Güzel girdik yedekten. Ucu ucuna yetiştik ve hemen köşeye kapattık.
And we've got a
Ve bir
call
karar
here.
daha var.
Penalty for GB. Go on. No, well, a penalty's a bit bold, but a free puck for GB on the Turkish tin.
Penaltı reddedildi. Şimdi faul kullanıyor olacak İngilizler. Çok dikkatli olmalıyız. Hoş bitmeyebilir bu maç. Bu
So
atak.
we start here with a free puck for the girls on the Turkish tin. Big mess of bodies there. Looks like the Turks have managed to clear it out to that right wall.
Kötü başlangıcımıza rağmen çok iyi kapattık köşeye. Ön hattımız İngiltere'ninki gibi paka değdiği anda fırlaması gerekiyordu. Ama iyi telafi ettik. Köşeye kapattık. Yine kendi bildiğimiz duvardan gitmeye devam ediyoruz. Güzel, çok güzel bir çıkış ama İngilizler onu tutacak gibi
Strong swing from
görünüyordu.
the Turkish player
Ve
here.
tertemiz bir 25 metre gelebilir.
Player chasing them down.
İngilizler
Given
yetişecek.
up in there, but another one coming too. Look like
Orada bir
nice.
orada
tackle
geriye
from
pas bize gol
number
getirebilirdi.
12. Lily there, Lily
Ve
not
bir
giving
karar
up.
daha var. There's a call.
There is a call. Turkish screaming for a penalty goal, but I think that looked lovely and clean personally.
Ben penaltı gol
Oh, was the Turkish players taking advantage of the fact that nobody else is currently playing to score a goal?
penaltı gol olduğunu düşünüyoruz.
We
Ama
have a GB player, number 11, I think is being called, out. So that was Sarah, who was chasing down the puck in kind of the initial stages, which is why it's not a penalty goal or anything, because she fouled when, like, clearly the other team was, girls were still able to get back behind. So she's been sent out, and we have a Turkish free puck, but Lily did a fantastic job of that second tackle to stop it from being a goal or a penalty goal there. Sarah obviously doing a lot of work to slow down that initial drive as well. Referees having a chat here. Chief Ref Jack asking them to come to him. Is it Simon in the water? No, it wouldn't be Simon in the water. Oh, I think it is Simon in the water. I don't think I've read the times of this, have I? Read the referees. So let's have a look. We are in Court B. We have Jack Chief reffing. It's Simon from Australia subbing in for Felipe from Colombia. In the water, Melissa from Argentina and Benji from Australia.
Faulü biz kullanacağız. Bakalım strateji değiştirecek miyiz? Aynı stratejiyi uyguladık ve bu sefer hazır beklediler. Umarım bu bize bir uyanmak için güzel bir işaret olur. Ve strateji artık faul atarken biraz da geniş alırız.
Turkish players headed directly at the GB tin. There is a GB player there and she's picked it up and is swimming off to the corner.
Ucuz kurtardı
Well done
İngilizler.
from her. I think that was
Ama
Ida
Türkler
again.
bırakacak gibi görünmüyor.
Immediately heading back for that backball rotation. Knows what to do there. Lots of Turkish players down trying to wiggle off the wall. Got a call there. I think that was a stick foul from them. I could be wrong.
Sanırsam
No, it has been called against GB.
biz kullanacağız faulü. Ki açıkçası ben pak kestiğimizi düşünüyordum. Onlar kesmiş. Bakalım nasıl bir strateji uygulayacağız bu sefer. Erken de aldı Begüm.
So we start again with a Turkish
Geç
free
duydu ama
puck
sanırım
from
kornayı.
5 and 2.
Güzel bir pas.
Set off well
Daha
there.
geniş aldık. Ve daha iyi bir sonuç aldık. Ve bir
Again
karar
picked
daha.
up by a GB player, but we have another call. I think that hit her head, but perhaps not. We have number 10 being given a sort of warning for encroachment. It's the whole team warning for encroachment now from that, but it was the number 10 Grace
Yanlış
Code.
başlangıçtan takım uyarısı yediler. Şimdi biz biraz daha yaklaşıp kalelerine yeniden fark kullanıyor olacağız. Artık stratejileşmemiz gerekiyor. Bu saatten sonra sadece dövüş olacaktır.
Heading off centrally first, probably it's a good move to. Oh, that looks like that might have been a goal there. Popped out in the middle, lots of people around,
İşte geniş
and that's a goal awarded.
İşte küçük bir strateji değişimi bir gol getirdi bize.
Tough GB goes down to 5 there. Presumably thinking you've got to be a bit more careful on this one, not concede any more penalties. Just let that one pop out into space, and the Turkish girl was able to hop onto it.
Begüm'den
So
güzel
the
bir
score now
faul
3-0
başlangıcı.
GB with 3-0 to Turkey. We have a timeout here for GB. Good time for a little reset, I think. Sarah is waiting on the side of the pool to hop back in when play restarts. Hope the girls can keep their heads up again. I do think there's a goal in there for them. I would love to see that. I think they can be really proud of the way that they've been playing. It's looking very solid so far.
Herkes oldukça başarılı ilerliyor şu an. Küçük strateji değişikliğimiz çok güzel bir faul kullanımıyla gol getirdi bize. İngilizler bunu çok rahat tolere edebileceklerini düşünmüyorum. Ben çok sert bir çıkış bekliyorum İngilizlerden. Ne kadar moralleri bozulmuş olsa da çok şimdiki son 5,5 dakikanın çok daha çekişmeli olacağını düşünüyorum. Geri dönüş neredeyse hatta olmasa bile İngilizler için. Çünkü bir anda uzamalarına izin vereceğini sanmıyorum Türkiye'nin. Hala bu skorun birbirine yaklaşma ihtimali var. ve 3-0 olması gözdağı vermek için ilerideki takımlara çok iyi bir etken olacaktır.
Play restarting here with just over 5 minutes to go. You can see Sarah hopping back in. That's a cute little camera angle. Look at her go.
Tertemiz
with a
bir
strong
pastı ama
drive there.
yetişemedik. Ama iyi telafi ettik.
Carefully tackled by the QB player. You could almost see them hesitate to do that one. I don't think we have a call, but it's been taken over to the wall.
Duvar elinden
5
çektik.
minutes remaining.
Yine dövüşmek istiyormuşuz. Ve son 5 dakikaya girdik böylece.
Turkey again was driving right at the goal. Looks like it was a sneaky hook tackle from the side. Just taking it back over to the GB left wall. Nicely done from whoever that was. Turkish players lining up to sneak it off down the back wall, but it looks like it has been well controlled and is heading up the wall again, up the side
Bir
wall.
karar daha var.
And we've got a call there. Again against GB. Lots of fouls being given away here, and when you're playing the Turkish, that really should be the other way around. So, shame about that, but like I said, these girls are very passionate, they're very driven. So, crimes of passion indeed giving these away. So, Turkey free puck in front of the tin. Good chase down from that player, but the Turkish have gone wide.
Yine biraz
Lots of players down
geniş
on
aldık.
the
Geniş
edge of
aldığımız için yine
that tin.
karedeydik.
Looks as though it has gone in. And that's another goal for the Turkish there.
Kale önü faullerinde geniş aldığımızdan beri gol atıyoruz. Benim tahminim Türkiye U19 kızlar bu strateji kullanmaya devam edeceklerdir kale önünde oldukları sürece. Was it overruled? How they go into Sindin at the same
Just
time?
press the wrong button.
Ah.
The buttons are like next to each other. If you've got a wet finger,
So it's like a keyboard like this?
it's a touch screen.
Ah. Alright.
So there's a button for goal, and then there's a button that says 1, 2, and 5. So the goal button and the 1 button are next to each other. So very easy to accidentally press between the two of them. And you can cancel them on the system, so that won't be recorded like against the Turks. That won't be like a minute on the prison, but it doesn't remove from the screen, so it just stays on the screen.
Alright.
Yeah. So Ada did not do something bad. She did in fact score a goal. Although I think that's bad of her. I think that's very rude. But I can see why she wanted to do that, I suppose. So free puck in GB's favour here. Give them a bit of space to do some swimming. Lovely flick out wide and a nice little punch there. Sent back in and still on GB sticks,
Güzel bir
pushing
dama
forwards.
yaptı. Ucuz yırttık ve bir
Nicely
karar daha var.
dispossessed by the Turkish player, but we do
Ama iki
have a
taraf da
call here.
duymamış gibi görünüyor.
Which is good because Sarah just illegally tackled that off of that player.
Evet,
But
duymayı reddediyorlar.
Turkish call for gloving, so GB will have another free puck when the ref
Türkler
can stop them
eldiven
from playing.
yaptı.
As I said, over the sounds of the Turkish cheers, it is very difficult to hear that buzzer.
Tribünler o kadar sesli ki sudaki hiç kimse kornanın sesini duyamıyor. Bu böyle devam ederse yüksek ihtimal ya sudaki biri
2
ya
minutes
da
remaining in this game now, so
çevredekilerden biri
clock
susmalarını
will pause
isteyecektir.
for fouls. Again, I would love to see the GB girls get a goal here. I really think they deserve it for this game where they've played 4-0 to Turkey, but 2 of those penalties, 2 of them from free pucks on the tin. So clearly something to take away is just tidying up the play in front of their own tin. It could have looked quite different. Another free puck for GB here, 1 minute 45 to go.
İlginç bir başlangıç.
I think I'd like to see them get a little bit closer together on that free puck. It looks like the Turks have managed to sort of come out between
Biraz
them.
kapı beklemeleri gerekecek.
The Turks kind of have space to get in
Arada
there
açtıkları
and
için
bother them, whereas if they were all a bit
geldik.
closer together, there'd be less space for them.
Son 1,5
But then again, it
dakikaya
does give them good
yaklaştık.
options for flick out, and they've got good flicks as well. So
Son 1,5 dakikaya yaklaştık.
lots of Turks there down, trying to bother the GB team there. But it looks like GB have regained possession. Lovely flick out sideways and a little dummy
Bizler iyi
into some
kaptı.
space there.
Ama
Unfortunately,
Türkler hızlı
not enough
yakaladı.
space. The wall
Temiz bir
was right
pas.
there.
Acilen
By
yön değiştirmesi
Turkish
lazım.
players swimming
Tertemiz bir
quickly at the
şut
wall
işte.
and nicely tackled. Maybe not so nicely tackled. We've got a call there. There is a coach in the way, so I can't see. Look like another referee's timeout here. 1 minute and 10 to go. I can see penalty. Looks like potentially a penalty goal. Yeah, penalty goal awarded there to the Turkish. So not nicely tackled in the end at all, which is a shame, but you know, mistakes happen when you are trying very much to stop the goal from being scored.
Orada yüksek ihtimal eldivene direkt temas oldu.
I can
Paktan
see
önce
Lily
sopaya
now
değildi.
discussing with the refs, but they've already awarded it, so that's unlikely
Bizim
to be undone.
rakibin müdahale ettiği arkadaşın arkasında hiçbir takım arkadaşı olmadığı için İngiltere'nin, yani son adam olarak faul yaptığı için bizim takımımıza penaltı gol sayıldı ve 5-0 oldu skor böylece. İlerideki rakiplere iyi bir gözdağı verecektir bu kesinlikle. Türkler bu gazla çıkacaktır. 1 dakika 10 saniyede İngilizler yeterince demoralize olmuştur. 70 saniyede bir gol daha gelir mi? Sanmıyorum. Ama kesin bir şey söylenemez bu maç için.
Tough call for the GB girls there, restarting this game with 1 minute and 10 to go of the whole match. GB will be looking, I think, to go straight in. May as well throw everything at it at this point. Would rather 5-1 than 6-0. Yeah, again, real tough for the girls. I'm very proud of the way that they've fought. Something to take away to tidy up those fouls. None of the goals have been sort of clean Turkish goals where they've just had obviously they've all been clean, but like, you know, easy Turkish goals. They've all come from free pucks or penalties or penalty goals. So, a shame that so many of those were conceded by the GB girls.
Ve İngilizler kullanıyor.
Glove and call against the Turks here, so QB will have a free puck.
İngilizler kullanıyor olacak faulü. Oldukça kaleye yakın. 15 saniye kaldı ama sadece birlikte durup savunduğumuz sürece bu maçı 5-0 temiz bir şekilde bitiriyor olacağız.
You can see Lily on the wing there, hoping to get the puck out there, but it's been taken by Turkish player and pushed again, and
çok
it's
yakın,
running
tamam.
a little bit late. So close, but just taken out down the back wall by that Turkish player.
Çok ucuz yırtık, az daha gol yiyorduk.
Such a shame there, and that is now time, I believe, for the end of the game. So close at the end there for the GB girls, but that is the end of that game, 5-0 to Turkey. Again, as I said, 2 of those penalties, 1 penalty goal and 2 from free pucks on the tin. So I think the GB girls can be really proud of the way they played and really, really be looking to clean up the cleanliness in general. Fewer fouls in front of their own tin, I think. That's a good learning point to take away, something you learn playing at a high level with refs that can actually see fouls. So, yeah, happy with these girls. Hope they don't have their heads dropped too much. Obviously, well played by the Turkish. Very few calls for them, so nice clean game. The coach is still in the water. Next GB game will be at 12:45. That is against Colombia, the under-24 men. So the under-19 men against Colombia having a 0-0 draw this morning. So we'll see if the under-24s can do a bit better. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to commentate that one as I will be getting in the water the game immediately after. So I hope somebody comes to speak. But if not, I hope you have a lovely time listening. Thank you all for tuning in so far. Catch me waving at you from chief position on the camera. And if not, I will speak tomorrow. And indeed, thanks everyone and speak soon.